Live from PressCorps World Headquarters, this is Foxhole Flash, bringing you the latest updates from across the Siva Valley war zone. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I'm Jeffrey Jennings. Here in the 40th conflict of the Foxhole War, it's day 5. Colonials have secured all major hard points south of the River Mersey for the time being, pushing the Wardens out of Loggerhead and Drowned Vale and Mercy's Wish in Lochmore. Additionally, Colony troops have captured the Prairie Bazaar and its safe house, although they have lost the nearby fort at Fort Duncan, seeming to Warden pushes just a few minutes ago. Wardens also continue to hold abandoned ward for now, although no setups on the 3 safe houses, 2 north of the river and the 1 in the abandoned ward itself, although one can guess that logistics may be underway. In Callahan's Boot nearby just a few hundred meters to the east, the town hall secure for now, as well as the safe house. Remember, we are in day 5 here in the 40th conflict, so plenty of action still to develop as more troops continue to pour in, although reports of only infantry fighting for now. We'll see how mechanized this war continues to unfold in. With updates every 15 and 45 of the hour, if available, I'm Jeffrey Jennings, and this is Foxhole Flash. Here in the 40th conflict of the Foxhole War, it's day 6. Wardens still hold on to abandoned ward as the fighting rages hardest at the pits and its colonial-held fort. Siva's troops will have to be wary of any flanks from Liberation Point and the Salt Marsh, but fortifications at the bridges appear to be holding, and they're giving themselves some breathing room in and around the center of the region. In the Lid of Mercy, Fort Duncan has been recaptured by Legionary forces, securing the peninsula in southeast Lid of Mercy, although Warden defensive positions on their side of the bridge are confirmed to be present, containing them for the moment being. And in Marvin Hollow, Colonials also hold on to Lockheed, its safe house, and the nearby bridge. Colonials have the edge for now, but with more troops entering the war zone every hour, it's still anyone's fight here in the 40th. We've also just received a news package from the PressCorps' own Moth B. Man, giving us a window into the buildup of troops just prior to the outbreak of hostilities, which we will play for you now.
I'm standing here just beside the line of demarcation that separates Valley Mesilla from the Mersey Valley, as tensions have escalated following the end of the 39th conflict. No particular reason was given by the Messivalian governments, and we have yet to receive word from the Sivish Empire regarding causes for the rekindling of combat operations in the region. It appears that the war for control of the Mersey Valley will continue. Despite so many lost lives and treasure spent, both governments seem determined to wrest control of this vital passage from each other's clutches. And as history has proven, these 2 armies will continue this fight until one can no longer stand. Given the recent events of the Valley Messian governments to begin mass conscription as a result of lackluster enlistment numbers in times previous, a number of the individuals who had earned a ticket home are now returning to the battlefield they believed was behind them, though many seem in good spirits, as they were put in command of small units and allowed to conduct the war their way, with no interference from the Valley Messian War Council, which was dismissed following, quote, abysmal results on behalf of a few eggheads, end quote.
Say hello to the PressCorps, guys.
Hi. As a result of decentralizing command and control structures, the new Colonial Legion appears fast and flexible, though carrying the same rifles their forebears did, and still trudging in the same hobnailed boots, with wagon carts pulling essentials like food and water to the front, and supply trucks filled with weapons, ammunition, and spare uniforms. This army has proven its effectiveness. Reports from Sevilla have indicated in recent weeks there's been a draft, mobilizing their own veterans to take part in the war, though this is simply speculation. What is true, however, is that the Colonial Legion seem hell-bent to shake the series of losses inflicted upon them, and as a result, have reforged themselves to better take the challenges facing them head-on. With the PressCorps, I'm Moth B. Man.
40 conflicts in, still got plenty more fight left here to go. We'll see if any of these prove to be decisive, but far from it, at least this reporter's opinion. With updates every 15 and 45 of the hour, if available, I'm Jeffrey Jennings, and this is Foxhole Flash. Here in the 40th conflict of the Foxhole War, it's day 6. abandoned ward has fallen, although no word yet on a colonial capture. When we last heard from the front, fighting had been around the northern pits as collies held on to their fort and wardens were attempting to give themselves some breathing room at Sunhaven Gateway. We also do not know how the town hall was destroyed, either through a genuine capture of the surrounding area through a concerted colonial push or a surprise raid behind the line. Additionally, coming in just now, Callahan's Gate in northeast Deadlands has fallen. I say again, Callahan's Gate in northeast Deadlands has fallen. Legionary forces appear to have momentum here in the opening days of the 40th, but we'll have to see if the Wardens can rally for a counterattack. If they cannot, then the collies will have significant momentum moving northward from across the from the central regions, and we'll have to see just how well the Sievish can hold on to their line. With updates every 15 and 45 of the hour, if available, I'm Jeffrey Jennings, and this has been Foxhole Flash. Zero Dark PressCorps tonight. Here in the 40th conflict of the Foxhole War, it's day 7. Wardens find some footing, at least for now, having recently taken back abandoned ward a couple times in the Deadlands. Reports are coming out from the area that the Wardens still have a forward line with colonial forces at the pits, with fighting still intense along a 100-meter no man's land, and that the Colonials are launching raids targeting the town hall, although we don't have exact details as to how or where from. Meanwhile, Legionary forces are finding wide flanks in the Deadlands, having captured the town of Callahan's Gate in the northeast and have crossed the River Mersey from Liberation Point towards the west. If left unchecked, abandoned ward could be enveloped in a pocket and cut off, although we are far from seeing such an event realized, and the Wardens do have time to make sure that doesn't happen. In Marvin Hollow, collies are pressing the offense, pushing out of Lockheed and towards the Spit Rocks, although Warden defenses are reported to be holding. In the Lynn of Mercy, a sizable Warden force has crossed the bridge, secured the other side of the bridgehead, and are reportedly pushing into the southeastern peninsula. No word on if they will first take out Fort Duncan nearby or strike at the Prairie Bazaar directly. Hold on. Okay, we're just taking word that Fort Duncan has fallen, and most likely that the Wardens are headed towards the Prairie Bazaar, although again details are sketchy and still coming hot off the print. With updates every 15 and 45 of the hour, if available, I'm Jeffrey Jennings, and this has been Foxhole Flash. Here in the 40th conflict of the Foxhole War, it's day 8. Fighting at the pits intensifies and has already begun to spill into Sunhaven Gateway, where Warden troops are attempting to hold the line in the face of increasingly powerful colonial pushes. Meanwhile, deeper in the Deadlands, colonial commandos have reportedly blocked the northwestern road into and out of Callahan's Passage with several layers of gates, although how much of an effect this actually has on the flow of logistics is currently unknown. The greater threat would most likely be ambushers hiding near the gates. In Lynn of Mercy, Warden forces have reached Prairie Bazaar Town Hall, with the structure expected to go down soon, although no word quite yet on the town hall's status, or if the Colonials are planning to defend the town or perhaps focus their efforts elsewhere. In Marvin Hollow, Colonial skirmishers from Lockheed are confirmed to be facing down Warden defenses in between the Spit Rocks and Maiden's Vale. No word yet on a concerted Warden response aside from the local garrisons. With updates every 15 and 45 of the hour, if available, I'm Jeffrey Jennings, and this is Foxhole Flash. Live from PressCorps World Headquarters, this is a special report. I'm Jeffrey Jennings. We have late-breaking details as the fighting rages on here in the 40th conflict here in Day 9. Abandoned ward lay under siege from local Colonial forces south who have fought from the pits and have continued to flank around from Callahan's Gate as well as Liberation Point, hoping to envelop the Warden position, although it does seem that any fears of large-scale colonial pushes around the flanks have not yet materialized, and as of this moment, the Colonials appear to be focusing their efforts on abandoned ward itself. We do apologize for the interruption, but We do have connection now. Got it? All right, we're going to see if we can get in touch with Dr. Oliver Brolan Ponsonby, who's live at the front at Abandoned Ward. Please give us a few moments to switch over. Yes, all right, going to, yep, you got it? All right, we're going to go now to Dr. Ponsonby at Abandoned Ward in the Deadlands.
Yes, hello. Yes. This is Dr. Oliver Brolan Ponsonby for the PressCorps, live at Abandoned Ward. So far, warden forces appear to be rallying here around the town hall and are moving south-southwest towards the two major entry points into the town, that being the South Central Bridge from Sunhaven's Gateway, as well as the southwestern land crossing where colonial infantry are attempting to break in. Approaching the South Central Bridge, the wardens have erected multiple sandbag entrenchments.
Thank you, Wayne.
Or sandbag wall emplacements, as well as there's a shipping container to block the main passageway in. So far, there are no confirmations of any howitzers deployed to the war zone from either faction.
This entire map used to be controlled by the wardens, but they invaded us. So now we're
Along the riverbank, both warden and colonial troops are attempting to take pot shots at each other.
Which tore apart all of the warden homeland.
yeah.
One
Now
thing
we're
I just noticed is
oh,
that
hey,
the
we
tank
got
up
press
in
here. How you
Northwest,
doing,
like,
dude?
a
Oh,
really
yes.
good one. And
You're live on the air here on Twitch Radio Services.
Hello.
Archangel, come here. I'll save you.
Fuck Archangel, don't worry. You. Oh, stay still, mate. I'll pass
He's
you out.
not bleeding.
done?
That's the
Who's
good
doing
news.
this? Who's doing this? Get off of him. He's
We
my
are here
patient.
with Major
Right,
Broad
no,
District,
fuck you, my patient.
Necros.
Warden Navy's
I just
Archangel,
told you
Oliver
about
is
a
one
little
of
better
them.
Who's doing this?
Bitch, I'm a lower level than you. I need to commence more.
Bitch, get across the bridge and work for him.
Wait, have you
I just got
secured-
300 BMATs from the collies, so, you know.
No.
Hey, Delta,
Wait,
go
is it
across
safe to
the
push
bridge.
Staff Sergeant Man Minor
We
Man,
need a medic.
I got
you're live on the air here on Twitch Radio Services. Tell us, what do you see here on the southwestern approach for the colonial position?
Precisely nothing. You
Well,
shoot
you know,
them, they
oh,
shoot
I see
us,
some
a lot of
fine
people
ass,
get
that's
wounded,
all I
get
see.
Hold
shot.
on, I asked Man Minor Man first.
I said I see some fine
Alright,
ass.
okay, yep, okay, I'm just not wanted.
Yeah.
Line Riz.
The warden's got fine asses, and I'm, I'm like behind them, so I'm looking at them all the time.
I see, so you have
Like
wardens
this-
in front of you.
Yes, and, I'm always on top. Like Scuba Cat. You can tell.
God damn it, give me a second, I'm coming.
Do you
you know,
know,
just, like, get up-
do you know how many estimated colonial infantry are out there?
Oh, I'd say at least 10.
At least 10. And how intense have the
And we-
pushes into Abandoned Ward been?
Not too bad. Until we lost Sunhaven. Sunhaven was kind of brutal.
Actually, what the fuck are you doing?
Stalled at the bridge.
Medic
Nice
has
fucking voice, by the way.
Thank you. Did you tell me, were any of you at Sunhaven Gateway when the position fell? There was a large colonial push from the pits.
Yeah, we kinda sucked. There was no defenses, and we had no ammo.
No ammunition. I believe there were defenses, at least according to the reports I looked over, but ammunition being depleted quite quickly.
Yeah,
That's
we ran at them
amazing.
with bayonets. So yeah.
Okay. Staff Sergeant Veggie Sama 03. Give us your take on the
Veggie.
situation.
Just call him Veggie.
My take is precisely nothing's happening.
Nothing has
As far as
happened.
I've seen, nothing has moved. We're just standing here shooting at them, they're shooting at us, a lot of people have been shot.
What do you mean nothing has moved? We
nothing
just
is-
destroyed all their defenses on the other side with their
I've
trucks.
been here an hour, I haven't seen shit.
And we'll go over there and see some shit.
It's because you're a medic. You're over here.
God damn it, alright.
So the situation is stalemate, and without any howitzers, it
Yes,
seems things are
exactly.
continuing to be stalemate here at the choke points.
Oh my god, it's on the
Well,
barbed
this
wire.
is just like a
we
separate
did
choke
blow up
point.
the
The
bridge,
much
but
more
other than that, nothing's
southeast.
No, you guys aren't listening. Carpal Trail to the northwest of us. They're all over us. They've taken the bridge. They've taken the bridge north of Liberation Point, and they're pouring into North Deadlands.
That's consistent with the reports we've been receiving on our end,
Hey,
as
lads,
well as
which is actually going
northeast
reasonably well. Get your asses over here.
and Callahan's. Okay, we're gonna try and move forward now.
Hey, Dr. Ponsonby, are you PressCorps?
Yes, you're live on the air right now on Twitch radio services.
Thank you.
Fucking awesome,
Wow,
dude.
this is a real thing.
Of course it's a real thing.
Pleasure to be
Gotta keep
here.
the morale up.
PressCorps, boy. PressCorps!
Oh!
So I'm gonna build defenses on this side for us.
The medic needs a medic.
I'll take a medic.
If you're just joining us, we are live here at Abandoned Ward on the southwest and
Thank you.
southwest approach. A dock
Here, look
here
out, boys.
crossing
I
the
need
gap
nearby so I can
over the
build
River
defenses.
Mercy.
Don't group up, please, you guys.
Second. I'll heal
Please,
you up.
thank
Give
you.
me a
Asking
second.
for a
Second.
Needs
Warden
mace.
infantry attempting to push out of the position.
Guy coming up.
Apply
call
pressure
me at
to
the
the
bush, call me at the
southwest
bush.
area.
He's in the bush. Cover.
Use cardinal directions.
Don't go
West
south.
builder.
Go along the river to the west.
What else are you
Along the
doing?
river to the west.
Are you alright?
Frag grenades are going to be the dominant force here.
Oh, there he is.
Warden infantry have not managed to supply any defenses outside.
Hey, PressCorps guy, you'd stay in the rear, okay? We don't want you to die.
That's what I'm doing.
I've seen the press exactly one other time, and he just ran out of
Yeah,
everything
it's kinda funny.
They're really trying to get footage.
The press guy hides while the medics go up front.
As I said earlier, frag grenades are going to be the dominant force here. As infantry are attempting to huddle together around the rocks here on the southwest side, the southwest end of the bridge, on the colonial side of the bridge.
I'm not doing
Medic
that,
needs
actually.
a medic, please.
War.
Yeah.
One benefit of the wardens under siege here at Abandoned Ward is that the alert has gone out, passed through the ranks and communication, that this city may fall.
West.
And with that threat,
Go to the bridge near Liberation.
with that
PressCorps,
threat,
run. PressCorps, fall back. PressCorps, fall back.
and with that, I'm being told to fall back. With the wardens putting that word out, many have rushed to the city in its defense. We have early reports, although not confirmed, but early reports from the troops that there may be ammunition shortages, which may have led to the collapse of Sunhaven Gateway on the south end of the bridge.
Thank you for the treatment.
Right, you're good, dude.
Casualties continuing to mount here on the southwest, and Abandoned Ward overall. But the wardens are trying to establish a foothold.
we need to get a foothold. We need to get a foothold to our west. If we can't take these hills forward,
SMG.
if we can't take this hill and get off this river edge, we're gonna die. All of us.
We're already gonna die either way, dude.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I can't even deal with that.
Move,
Keep you alive on
Yeah,
Sunday.
who needs a medic? Who needs a medic? Where are you? Oh, you. Okay. Oh, you're over here.
Mats, I'm gonna go return them.
Thank you.
Grab those BMATs, boy.
Wardens have found a breakthrough beyond the colonial
Press guy, I
defenses.
suggest you stay back. They are throwing a lot of grenades at us. I don't want you to get caught in the blast.
That's alright, I've flirted with it before, chap.
was it Scuba Scat?
More BMATs here.
Cat.
Keep the fucking
Yeah.
mission.
Yeah, Scuba Cat.
We need men in the bush. Men in the bush. We need to make sure to clear out that bush.
So, where's their BMATs? I will steal their BMATs.
I got BMATs here. 200.
I'm busy preventing you from dying. I don't know.
One foxhole,
I'll build another
one
foxhole.
warden foxhole has been built on the southwest side of the bridge here at Abandoned Ward. Unassuming at first, but
Good job, man. Good job.
notable considering the kill zone here among the
BMATs in the
rocks.
box. There's extra BMATs in the
Many of
box,
these rocks have
and
been painted with blood.
There's 100 BMATs there.
I've not been able to spot any colonials from my position in the back
We need
line.
to get like
I'm hearing plenty of
we need to get a saving
plenty
plenty
out
of shots
FOB.
forward.
Right, come on.
If you're just joining us,
Thank you. Much
I'm
appreciated.
Dr. Oliver Ponsonby and I'm live here.
Don't forget to
Here
damage
the-
everything. We need every possible little nook and cranny. We're still cut off.
We're here at Abandoned Ward.
Wait, are we still cut off? Where from?
Need a radio or rental or... Breaking up shit as
Now,
well.
the greater strategic situation here in the Deadlands is quite complicated as well, as the Colonials do have open flanks
Something to someone.
in the bridge north, the bridge north of Liberation Point,
Well, I mean,
as
we
well
just
as
the whole truck full of beat
all of the northeast here in the
Seriously?
Deadlands
Okay.
from
They had
Callahan's
300
Gate.
on this side, and I returned them over there, and then I got another
A bunch of
200.
rifle ammo.
The Wardens
Guys,
Get a
put
couple
the
more
stuff in the
boxes,
box.
have
kinda
lost
rifle guns
any
are-
choke points with
I'll hold
which
another
to
box.
hold back the Colonials, and instead are relying
Yeah,
The
'cause
box
we got
is
200 in the box
on
here, enough rifle ammo
spread
for
out
that.
hard points and are hoping to not run into Colonial raiders.
These are all bushes,
Well,
right?
you know
Do we
what?
have level?
Guns aren't exactly outlawed. You can play that out.
Alright, let me put a foxhole in here. Look out.
Fighting here amongst
Oh,
the shrubbery
dude,
as
okay.
Warden
How many go this
engineers
foxhole, so it'll go quickly.
Alright, hold on.
attempt to push the line up with another foxhole.
Thank you.
You're good.
Got you, man.
You're coming from the south base. As if you didn't know.
I
you
gotta
know that.
Guys, go west.
Loggy out grenade.
What the fuck are you doing, press guy? Holy
Goodbye.
shit,
Grenade,
now.
grenade, grenade, go west.
I got you.
A flurry of frag grenades
I'm leading the whole thing.
being launched at the Wardens. Combat engineers down, the BMAT strewn all over the place.
Guys, start heading west.
Thank you,
Start
holy
heading
shit.
west.
West, boys, west.
West along the
Fucking
river.
hell, dude.
Wardens attempting to not get
Not
bogged
gonna lie,
down
They
here.
might have howitzers or something at this point.
Second foxhole
Because I doubt
built,
those are grenades.
although not in that blast
Oh, they
zone.
had a Howie
Spread
earlier,
out,
so.
spread out,
lost.
spread out, spread out.
Oh,
Don't forget
fucking
to
hell, they
spread out,
already
guys.
have
Warden
howitzers.
casualties are mounting, but Warden
wait, wait.
reinforcements supplanting
Go
them.
west. Go west along the river.
How are you?
Fucking hell.
Start going west.
I'm gonna heal you, give me a second.
Damn it.
Oh, sorry, Ponsonby.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
Sorry about that.
you.
Set up some
Good,
sandbags,
good work on
guys.
your
Let's-
radio from the start.
Running
Appreciate it.
Found a mess load of
Much
BMAX.
obliged there, chap.
That's awesome.
It's entertaining to listen to, so
Right.
yeah,
Should
thanks.
be good in a
Oh,
moment.
yes.
Great, you're
Why
good.
does no one listen to me? Why does no one listen to me?
Don't stop me.
Start going west.
Oh,
How many times do I
God,
have to
not
say
this
go west?
bullshit again.
Okay, guys.
fuck.
Clear
Oh,
comms,
I
clear
love
comms.
the grenades.
Okay.
Alright, we
Excellent.
really need to clear the west side. We really need to clear the west side.
PressCorps, west.
No, but you are so fucking lucky you missed that shot, man.
I know, right?
Guys, let's get the truck.
Why are they still going west?
Spirited, warded infantry attempting to secure a foothold
Need a box for
in
it.
the southwest approach of abandoned ward.
Needs a box.
The south central bridge
Oh, jump the beam out.
has
I'll take it.
been, I think it's been destroyed, I don't remember, but plenty of action in the southwest.
A lot of
Right,
it.
hey guys, finally, something fucking moved.
Colonials are well aware
South.
of the situation developing here.
So,
The skirmishing
Ponsonby,
continues.
what do you think of the war so far?
What do I think of the war? I don't remember, I just got here, but I will say,
Join the show.
Medic.
listening to reports of radio from my colleagues.
I got it, you're good.
Thank you. Okay, so they're
Bye,
coming up
Dad,
from the
You're not doing
southeast.
much. Could you grab a hammer and help me out, maybe? I'm just trying to build defenses.
Yeah,
up
Scuba
here.
Cat, yeah, help him out with that.
It's not a bad. If he helps you, he'll get fucking
grenade.
Everyone's talking at once, I don't know what's going on.
I just need an extra builder with me. That's all.
I can't tell who's talking.
If you're just joining us, I'm sorry.
Finally. Right, Archangel, I got
Where?
you, bro. You'll
Are
be
we
fine.
building?
No, I should explain, right? If you're just joining us,
So I'll just
I'm
build
Dr.
sandbags, I'm
Ponsonby, and we
sorry.
are live here at Abandoned
Haven't
Ward, or
defended
rather
for a
southwest of Abandoned Ward, across that dock, that
Ponsonby,
southwestern
what are the little
approach.
boys staring into
Warden
my soul?
infantry are attempting to establish a foothold and form a buffer zone
Their BMATs,
to
so,
prevent
you know,
the
I'll go-
colonials
These are all of their PMATs we just yeeted from their truck, so...
to prevent the
know.
colonials from establishing a howitzer zone
Stonks.
once howitzers make it
I
into
think
the field.
Ponsonby's just staring into our souls, like...
Is there somebody
Hey, hold
going
on.
up?
Great, sir. Great, sir. Stop a second. You got shot a few times. I'm fine.
Wardens have
Spread
made it
out,
out of the
spread
rocks
out.
and across the
Everyone,
bridge.
spread out, got it?
Uh,
Ponsonby's just sneaking around still.
Grenades apparent.
Extra supplies in here.
Grenade!
Watch out, more nades.
Fucking
Grenades,
leg it!
Grenade.
More grenades.
hell.
Don't
Fucking
go back
hell.
in there. You're still throwing.
Okay.
Dear God!
Grenades. Grenades.
How many fucking grenades do they have?
Do we have a medic?
As I correctly stated earlier, the grenades are going to be the dominant force, particularly considering how grouped up everything is, not just from the natural terrain of the rocks and the riverbank, but amongst the man-made defenses with the formerly colonial sandbags now in warden hands, as well as the concentration of foxholes.
No, you guys, start heading west now.
West. Go west.
Sorry.
Shoot him.
And don't shoot the medic.
Wardens attempting to not get bogged down and moving, as you heard, west. But we'll see how well they can actually pull that off.
Same thing as shooting the medic.
Start going west along the river.
Alright, fine, I shot the medic. I'm sorry. Here, have the medic.
It should be noted that west of our current position is the colonial-held town of Liberation Point, as well as the safe house southwest.
Fucking hell, don't run like hell.
You guys missed your chance. They're building it up, and you guys
Good
go west.
lord, this portion.
Coming up with a shotgun.
Please
They
don't.
would take
Let's
the
go
bridge by
out.
now if they just
Colonials now engaging from the west, most likely from Liberation Point, and we falling back.
Sorry, I hate to flood your audio with go west, but they don't listen. Tell them to go west a million times and they go south.
That's fine, that's genuine.
Shit. Grenade, no!
How the fuck did I survive that?
Oh my god, thank
How
you.
are you still alive, Ponsonby?
Oh my god, thank you.
Did we just lose everything we worked to establish?
Welcome to the Foxhole War.
Barbed wire in the bush, be careful of that.
Oh, what is Foxhole? Help.
Grenade!
Grenade, look out. Look out.
Watch the grenades!
Spread out. Spread out.
Ponsonby, back up a bit further, dude. Come to
I just
the
lost
top.
all my B-mats.
Yeah.
Please move.
We may lose that wall.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go grab my B-mats first.
Escorting provided by Scuba Cat, Second Lieutenant Scuba Cat.
Then what the hell have they been bombarding us with? I have
Just
they
grenades.
hit us and I have They have
Wardens getting hit from all
sides.
sides,
Stay with me.
primarily from the southeast, where the colonial position at Sunhaven Gateway continues to entrench. The Wardens are also being flanked from the west, either from Liberation Point or flanking colonials.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, I'm being wired here. Yes, reminder that Zero Dark PressCorps,
Careful, there is barbed wire in the bush.
Zero Dark PressCorps is in half an hour discussing the 39th, how many wars is this? The 39th conflict of the Foxhole War. Live, taking your calls on the air. I think, did I do that right, Jeffrey? Okay.
One medic up here. The rest of you guys, take the sandbag and
We really
spread
do
it.
need an FOB or something.
That's quite a name, isn't it?
There's blood pumping through my veins. I got a kill.
What even is that name? Is Vit
Come night.
Hey, look at my name.
Christ, that's worse than my name, dude.
Oh, I see an enemy. I see him. He's on the tombstone.
Dude's injured.
Look out.
Medic,
Look
Jim,
out.
medic.
I'm becoming a
Hello?
fly
Despite under fire from multiple angles,
Here.
Warden engineers have constructed at least
I see
three.
one. I see one.
Excuse me, have constructed 3 foxholes.
No, I'm okay.
See him and you're not shooting at him, there's a problem.
I'm a medic. I have a pistol
My
and
gun
nothing
is
better.
jammed. I can't shoot.
Christ, everyone okay? Medic? Don't worry, I got you, pal.
I can't tell what's stronger around here, the blood or the banter.
Back out. You're a medic, you stay in the rear, stay in the rear. I will come to you if I need help.
Everyone dies in the rear.
This is true, but we'll call
More grenades. Wow.
Watch out!
This is fucking
Watch
soft.
out!
Oh my god,
Yeah,
commissary
original
cancer.
tactic.
Grenade!
Sorry.
Guys, spread out.
Grenade.
Just back away from the
Let's go
sandbag
northeast.
wall.
Grenade!
Back away from the sandbag
Christ.
wall. Oh my fucking god.
Spread out.
Back
He's on
away
top.
from the
Very
sandbag wall.
argumentative
Medic!
bunch.
He's right up there.
I'm dying.
Oh my god.
Wardens
I got
under
one.
fire from at least
Hey,
two
Collies
angles.
coming.
I got one. I got another.
They're breaching! They're breaching! They're breaching!
Behind
Sandbag!
us. They're
Sandbag!
behind us.
Sandbag, go by the
Oh,
sandbag.
hell,
Get him
this
behind the
sucks.
They are
sandbag.
behind us on our
Medic,
side.
get your guns out. Christ, I'm out of ammo.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh my god.
Shotguns apparent.
Medic, medic,
Colonial
medic,
shotguns
medic.
infiltrating
Oh,
the
yeah.
sandbags, getting up real close.
They're behind us on our side.
Assault from the I don't know what direction is that. I've lost count. Regardless, multiple approaches from the west southwest. We're gonna have to see exactly where the colonials will advance to from here. Again, I told them I don't know why you're even bothering.
Stop it! Stop it! Don't do that! Hey, don't shoot me!
Wardens in the foxholes around
Don't shoot me!
around the foothold,
Dad.
but they have lost
Bad boy.
position.
Hey! Don't do that! I'm telling.
Last stand
Telling.
for the wardens here at the approach southwest. My, that's intense. We're gonna move away from all of that. We're gonna fall back.
Fucker gets out, I'm gonna blast his fucking
No, I got
Excuse me, Lieutenant Lorak, are you there?
Maybe.
Lieutenant Lorak, you're live on the air. You are live on the air here on Twitch Radio Services. Just to describe the situation.
I'm caught, so...
Lieutenant
There was a
Lorak
corporal that was driving this
of the
truck who
KOP.
must have left it unlocked.
Dr. Ponsonby.
Oh, Officer Cadell Warcorp, good to see you again.
Yeah.
Should we just destroy the
Yes, I was
inside of it? Just fucking blow it up.
Honestly, we should probably just blow it up.
He's not gonna exit it.
have
Just
a problem here.
yeah,
with
just blow it up. Come on, boys, just blow it
Again,
up.
Lieutenant Lorak has hijacked the warden flatbed truck.
While we're focused on this truck, they're probably trying to cross the river.
Yeah, just blow it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
blow it up.
Come on, let's do it. Move.
Wardens electing to destroy the truck.
Light on fire, boys.
Shit.
Oh,
there
there
we
it is.
Hang on.
Damn it.
There we go.
Oh, because it was a POW.
Okay, repair. Alright, time to repair it.
Who did not? Who
And
did
head
this?
back to the bush. Hey, got him, boys. Quick sub, got him.
It seems colonials are still able to sneak their way into the town itself.
I just got like
Guys,
Salt.
push
Wardens
across
have
the
been
river.
pushed
Keep pushing
back.
across the river.
Wardens have been pushed back up to the bridge.
Come on, guys, keep pushing. Over the top, tally ho. Keep pushing, guys, keep pushing.
Another attempt to cross the bridge, although at night it is about
you can see
1940
the
hours
light.
here on day 9.
Or is it just like a
Say again?
what do they call it? One of those podcasts, or is it a live stream?
No, you're live on the air right now as we speak.
Yeah, but is it a podcast or are you actually streaming the game?
It's Twitch.
We're
dude.
radio.
Twitch TV.
Oh, Twitch.
Oh, I can't.
So it's audio only.
Mm-hmm. We had some binoculars about now.
Reminded again
some
that
shotguns,
tonight,
guys.
Zero Dark PressCorps in about 20 minutes,
How many
taking
people
your
actually,
calls
listen?
live on the air. Did I say it right,
I mean,
Jeffrey?
there's only
Okay,
like
good.
300 players of the game.
No, don't say that part. Alright, I won't say that part.
Actually, there tends to be around total 30,000 who play during an entire war. Total enlistments.
Well, we are at stalemate here. As the colonials have stunted the warden push out of abandoned ward from the southwest, which is pretty much what we've been covering. It looks like it's going to be a back and forth for some time,
We're going on an adventure.
as the colonials are now anticipating
All right.
continuous pushes out of
So far,
the
2,000
area.
players have signed up for the war. A total of 2,000 individual players. Uh-oh.
And that may be the end of what anything interesting I can say at the moment. I think I'm gonna send it back to the studio. We're gonna go back to the studio, possibly back to the music. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go back to the music. From where am I? From Abandoned Ward. This has been Dr. Oliver Brolan Ponsonby.